Well, hello, and welcome to another tank review. I'm Corny Swiss, and today we're looking at the T-34E, Rank 2 Premium at 3.7 battle rating. Now, as is always the case with tank reviews on this channel, if you want to skip ahead to something else, if you don't want to hear about the tank in an egghead sort of way, in the description you'll find links to the various game modes, realistic and simulator, so I encourage you to check that out if you want to. But if not, let's get into it. So the T-34E is a premium. It's effective at researching tanks ranks 1 to 3, I believe. Yep, 1 to 3. 3.7 battle rating. With the battle rating changes, this thing got a little bump. Not a big one, but a little one. It doesn't see anything really new, I think. Can actually check. It'll see up to 4.7-ish, so it doesn't see Panzer IV-Gs. It'll see Panzer IVs, but I think it did already. You'll see 3Ms, and you'll see Hetzers, but I'm pretty sure it did already. But you won't see Tigers. The main competition this thing faces are Panzer IIINs, another premium, Panzer IIILs, Panzer IIIMs, that's an N, Ms, which are basically a lot like the Panzer IIIL, Stug 3Fs, and 4 F2s. That's the main competition this tank sees on the battlefield. And the key difference between this tank and the other T-34 variants is, as you can imagine, I think it's in the description, all this spaced armor all the way around the turret, the front of the sides of the hull, both sides, these armor skirts, all this stuff. If we can pull up, let me pull up another not that one. Let's do a T-34 1941. What battle rating is this? 3.7. Okay, this is comparable. This is a T-34 1941. It has the same gun. Basically everything's the same except this one weighs 3 more tons and has all this extra armor bolted on. You can see here there's no side skirt. Bang. Nice side skirt protecting the drive wheels. The turret, you can see on the 1941 there's no extra plating. 34E, boom, extra plating. A lot of extra plating. This makes the armor effectively, your front hull armor is still the same for the turret and the hull, but it's reduced mainly to this gun mantlet. And the sides here have spaced armor, so the turret is a little better than 45 would indicate. However, the hull is still 45. All right, so that might become an issue. The side armor, however, is 60 millimeters because of this spaced armor. I believe it's 20 millimeters of spaced armor added, 15-ish, thrown onto the sides here. That means this tank really, really loves to side scrape corners. If you can do something like this with the gun pointing directly at the camera, I guess, you're going to go a long way because they're just going to bounce shots off the side of your armor all day. Same thing on the other side. Boom, boom, boom. The only real downside is with very high penetration rounds, they can get through like this section. It might give you engine problems. I think in a clip we're going to see, well, I don't know if it's going to be in this one, but there's a 3M that was pounding my sides here, and he managed to damage my engine, but he didn't really do any serious damage. He tracked me, damaged my engine, but I just kept firing back. He kept firing back, and eventually someone else cleaned him up. But anyway, so, and the rear armor, obviously, it's 40 at the back. The turret is still 60. The sides and rear of the turret are 60, so realistically the sides of this tank is the best armored portion. The front isn't that great. Sides are really good. So like I said, side scraping is the name of the game with this tank. And so this extra armor makes it 3 tons heavier. The engine, still got the same engine. The max speed is still the same. This inclination, I don't know if that's really a stat, but it's slightly less because it's heavier. Turret rotation is the same. Gun handling is the same, 5 degrees, 28. So basically this is just a little beefier of a T-34. With a really good crew, the reload rate gets really low. And the gun is the same thing you're used to on all the T-34 variants, kind of worth their salt. The 41, I think the 42 still uses this gun. Yep, the 42 does. This premium does. So yeah, so basically it's the classic. This is all in all, this is a T-34 who put on a little extra padding before he went out to practice. The ammunition on this tank, I mean, it's a premium, so it's gonna come fully upgraded. You get artillery, and this ammunition, 92 at 10 meters, 73 at 1,000. I think I actually switch between the SP ammunition and the B ammunition. The reason is that the SP is more is better at penetrating, closer targets. The B, however, has better penetration at longer ranges. It's only like 2 millimeters, but yeah, that might make a difference down the road. It's 3 at 1,500 meters, so I don't know. I usually use this because the standard, I guess, engagement range is usually like 400 meters. I feel like is average on some maps. Like in jungle, I guess maybe it's less, but especially if you're fighting around the A hill. So essentially, this is a T-34. It's just got a little extra armor on it. And so if you like the T-34, you're gonna like this thing. And honestly, you'll like it better. This tank is a real fun tank to drive because you don't notice any maneuverability, speed changes between this tank and the T-34, but you will notice the armor's capabilities. The standard T-34, the sides can be penetrated even when angled. This tank less so. You have a better chance. The turret ring is this part is pretty exposed, but when you're angled like this, a lot of times people don't pay attention to the turret ring. In arcade, they'll probably find that weak spot. Realistic and simulator, no, I don't think really anyone shoots for that. It's too hard to hit. So that's sort of this tank in a nutshell. It's fast. It's just as fast as the other T-34s, just as armored. Still has the really good T-34 gun. One shot's pretty good. Very quick rate of fire. And there's just not really any downsides. I mean, yeah, sure, I'd love it if it had 100 more millimeters of spaced armor on the front and it was a god. But, for what it is, this is a really good tank. So let's show you some replays. Alright, so here we are in a realistic battle on Carpathians. Not my favorite map in the world. I think it's I think this, more so than any other map, promotes just long, very... It's just weird because it promotes people going on the very edges of the map and never seeing each other, which I don't think is good. I feel like maps should kind of push everyone towards each other, not let them get so far away from each other. But anyway, this is my second life because this tank gets 2 spawns, and the first one was uneventful. I just got blown up. That was it. But this I wanted to show for the ending mainly. But I'm pushing up onto I guess this would be the C hill. Gonna pop a shot. The guns that this tank faces are more than capable of knocking it out. But if you can encounter them in the right circumstances, it's not usually a problem. It's when they catch you unaware, like that guy. I got the drop on him. That's the thing. If this tank gets the drop on any German tank, the German tank's done. With proper shooting, you can knock it out easy. And right there, I just hit the ammo box. That's it. Boom, done. So I'm pushing up onto this hill. My goal is I want to check their cap, or their I guess it's A. Check that. Make sure taking a poke around here. Make sure no one's around here. But I'm gonna check to make sure there's no one sitting near their cap. And then I was going to flank around to their spawn by going west around the hill. Because usually when the team in the south advances, they go around west. But on my way over here, I found myself a friend. Serves him right. He deserved it. Lovely Mr. Stug. Now this Stug was actually intelligent. He's, I mean, realistically I should have killed him with the second shot, I think. But he's playing well. He's gone for an extremely defensive position, covering his lower plate in that bunker. But I think he didn't have the gun depression to get a shot at me. So he's going to have to move up, which, you know, is unfortunate for him. But I'm going to use these rocks as side scraping opportunity. And I'm only going to back up enough so I can send my shots downrange. I don't want to give him anything else to shoot at. There we go, he's on fire. I'm pretty sure he has fire extinguisher though. A lot of people have fire extinguishers. So put a shot into the Panzer IV. Don't want to do that. He for some reason just was not looking at me. I don't know what his deal was. But the Stug burned down. Get an assist on the Panzer IV. Okay, so that's probably most of them. That's this side of the hill clear. It's time to go to the second part of my plan, which is to sweep around the west, go around the side of that hill and make sure they're not trying to come around that way to flank our entire advance. I've just noticed that teams in the south generally go around that hill primarily to have cover from the northern spawns camp hill, which is in it's that big hill in the eastern section of the map. Because this map, the meta I guess of this map is that the south pushes west, the north pushes east. Boom. So, and there's an enemy tank, a Panzer IIIL. Very dangerous gun. And we're going to see how much damage he does to me. Okay, so he hit my tracks. It's unfortunate. I'm not doing a hell of a lot to him. I just killed his gunner and commander, but I need more than that to knock him out. You know, I just got to keep hammering this guy. I'm re-angling a little bit. I was trying to decide which way I wanted to angle. Boom, he bounces off the front of me. Plane coming in, strafing me, that's always annoying. Planes can be a problem because your engine deck isn't that thick. Just going to keep, oh, there's a Stug. Stug is a very dangerous tank. See if I can't do something to him. There's his driver, and someone just blew out my engine. I think it was the Stug. I'm not convinced. There's his gunner and driver. I'm just getting hammered here. Calling arty on him. My gunner is dead. The Panzer IIIL is pushing on me. That's good. That's a good move by him because he wasn't hurting me from where he was. He knows that my loader is out. That 3L was burning. Basically, I'm going to end this 3L's game. Boom. Deserved it. Okay, now the Stug. The Stug is an issue. We're at close range. I'm not angled well enough for him. I realistically should be angled another maybe 15 degrees, 15 to 20 degrees, and showing him way more of my side armor. But he has knocked out my gun, which is very unfortunate. I could have killed him at any point right here, and he must have known that. Because he's just going to walk right up and put me out of my misery. You know, sometimes that's just the way it rolls. You get your gun knocked out, you get put out. So this is the game that I was thinking about showing in the egghead portion of this review, and I decided it, you know, might as well. I'm not going to show the whole thing because after a certain point it becomes very, very boring. I murdered all the landing craft. It's horrible. But I'm in my T-34E on simulator battle. I'm going to push up towards the A hill and basically do a you shall not pass at a good side scraping position there. It's a 4v4, which is unfortunate. I don't like small games. But, you know, such is life. But this rock on their side, the T-34 is fast enough where you can get to this rock, assuming they don't beeline rush and they're not faster than you. And this is a great side scraping opportunity. I'm just basically going to put my face against this rock and then back up just enough to give me a view of the bridge. I've angled my tank such that hopefully my entire front plate will be, you won't be able to see it. Nope, I was dumb right there and I decided, hey, I'm going to poke around, see if anyone's here. I set the 3M on fire. He bounces his second shot. He got my loader on the first shot, which is unfortunate. And the reason I'm doing this now instead of side scraping like I should be is I'm fairly confident that my heavily angled front plate should be able to bounce him. But then I reposition and go for a pure side scraping thing. I should have panned the camera down to check my angle, but you can see from the ragdoll. Now the only reason he got my engine right there is I'm angled a little too much. He's just pounding my engine. But as long as he doesn't light me on fire, really doesn't matter. He's nailed my gun, and you know, there goes my gun. So now I got to repair that, hide the gun a little bit, and he's just gonna lay into me for quite a few shots here. I can't kill him. I can kill him if I can get the right shot, but I'm not doing it. But the net of the story is an ally's going to come along and polish this guy off. But this was an important section of clip, I feel like, because the 3M is probably one of the more dangerous tanks this tank is going to see, and if played properly, the 3M is not a problem. Sure, I've lost my engine, a lot of engine power here in this maneuver. There he goes. But that's totally fine. I can live with that. The fact is, I'm alive and he isn't. And in new simulator battle mode with the spawn points, he probably has enough for another spawn, but I know I will now because I got the assist, I got all those hits, got that AI kill. It's been a good day. So that's just a clip I wanted to show you. Alright, now this is the actual simulator battle for this review. I feel like it has a little bit of everything. It has an example of this tank's speed, the durability, and just the stopping power of its gun. The F-34 cannon, 76mm, is a really, really good gun. I really enjoy it. I wish it had more muzzle velocity, but then it'd be German and have to be nerfed. So I'm glad it is where it is. I remember when this thing was 3.3 battle rating, it was a god. This was my most played tank for a very, very long time, and it might still be. Maybe behind the Sherman German. Just because of how strong the extra armor is on this tank, it takes the one weakness of the T-34, I think, in the debatable armor, and kind of gets rid of that problem. Keeps the speed, keeps the maneuverability, keeps the gun, gains armor. It's just, where can you go wrong in that equation? So I'm going with in this battle, I'm going with my classic strategy. I like southern spawn no matter what. I feel like if whoever controls this ridge just controls the map, and it's a good thing to have. Notice how I'm coming up this slope. I've come up pre-angled just in case there's someone there, but nah, just an AI. Not that concerned. This game I had issues with some AI. It's like, I feel like that shot should have killed him. His ammo's done. But no? Well, let's try it again. No, not yet. Okay, maybe somewhere else, maybe like turret ring. No, that didn't really do anything. That's unfortunate. Okay, how about there? Okay, he's on fire. I don't have to worry about him anymore. Next step to the flawless strategy. Turn and go up this way. People often if someone's in that little sniper post right next to their spawn, they can see if you go around the right side, so always go around the left side. So the AI up there, I'm not convinced that there's really that many people up here, so I feel okay shooting this AI. He's behind the rock though, I'm not going to be able to do much about him. So I'm going to swing the tank around. At this point, yep, there it is. I noticed there's a stug on the minimap. See the turret swing around. I'm looking for him. There he is. I hit him. Now, if the effect was, I wanted to obviously kill him on that shot, but the effect is that he's going to move forward and try and put shots at me. He knows where I am because the AI is shooting me. There he is. See you later. Knocked him out. One shotterino cappuccino. Now I have enough time, I can just come down here and finish off this AI, who, again, I don't know, is that a G or an F2? You never really can tell the difference. The only difference, really, the G has more front armor, but even then, it's not like anything I think really to write home about. You don't really see armor until you get to like LT Gray and Panther. But I'm kind of just laying into this guy. Just kind of moving while I'm doing it. Because I feel pretty secure about our position up here. It was only that one guy. I'm just going to light him on fire. And that didn't do anything. You tell me that didn't do anything? I was kind of frustrated shooting this AI. I'm like, the AI is more difficult to kill than the players in this game. I feel like sometimes that's the case. I'll be in my IS-4 and I'll shoot an AI like at the end of the game and I just can't kill him. But I don't know. Broken AI damage models. AI plus nerf. Nerferino. Gaijin plus. Alright. So we've secured the ridge. We basically own the middle of the map now. There's not a lot they can do about it. So now I was figuring, okay, I'm going to take up the little sniping position that the western spawn often takes on this map. And just put in some effective fire on AI, but also players. I believe that's an AI. Yeah, it was an AI. He's on fire, so I'm not that worried about him. There's a guy over there. Yep, just saw that muzzle flash, so I took a shot, didn't hit anything. And there goes the AI. Now notice, even at this range, I'm angling the armor, because if I angle the armor at this range, I feel pretty good about bouncing their shots. Now we have allies pushing into their spawn. I decided that this position is not good enough for me. So I'm going to navigate my way down this slope. And then push up and kind of try and just flank their whole position. Because at this point I'm pretty convinced that they're all in the northwestern portion of the map. If you divide the map into 4 portions, the upper left is where they all are. So it's pretty important that I kind of push over there and check it out. There's muzzle flashes, so that's good. It's always encouraging when you see enemy muzzle flashes. But I'm just going to push over here, and we're going to see an error I make, a mistake that cost me my tank. Sometimes I feel like with Russian tanks lend themselves to being played very aggressively. I've seen on Kursk just 2 T-34Es just charging across the eastern portion of the map, just charging downhill and wrecking everybody. But it doesn't help that I missed the first shot. Yeah, and he gets my turret, which is always unfortunate. And yeah, it's Sherman the German. Even nerfed, he's still pretty strong. And he's gonna punch me and take it. Yep. Honestly, I didn't think he was Sherman the German. If it had been any other tank, I could have easily taken him, but the Sherman has good front armor. So I don't know. But I get 2 spawns. I've earned enough points. I could actually spawn into any of the tanks I had there, but you know, I decided, well, I'm going to do this one again because I like this tank, so I might as well. And here I'm going to go downhill, I'm going to get a running start, I'm going to bag me that Sherman. That is my whole goal in life right now. I really like that the simulator battle game mode now has this like Skies for Heroes point system. I think it's really good. I think debatably, now this guy he ran into the same thing I had. He was running up to finish off an AI. I don't think he saw me coming, and I just put him out of his misery. That was a 3M, if I'm not mistaken. So, there you go. For a second, I debated going down the hill there, but I said, nope, I know where he is. I'm not going to give him the height advantage. I'm going to push over here. because I'm a boss. Checking the score. One of our guys is having a really good game. It's always nice when you feel like you had a good game and your teammates are having even better games. I had a game. It's a replay I'm going to show later. I had 7 kills and I was 3rd on the team. I was like, whoa, you know, that's crazy. But you know, that's how some people are just really, really good at this game. Even when you play your best, they just play better, and that's okay. Alright, so Sherman hasn't left. I was trying to just put one through his, testing his upper glacis. Obviously it passed. Now, the side of the turret, behind the gun mantlet, but I think it went off the actual side of the turret. He makes a critical mistake here. I made a mistake, he makes a mistake. He is going to come around this corner, World of Tanks style. And I'm just going to crank one in. He bounces one off my gun mantlet, I think. And I'm just going to wreck his ammo rack. Because the thing about the Sherman is its front armor is really good. Its side armor is paper. And it's very easy to get the ammo rack. Now, we're actually being capped. They only have 1 player left. So we got to deal with him. Cap B. We win. And actually, Mr. Sherman, the German, is going to come back as a plane and harass us, but, you know, it doesn't really matter at this point. I'm looking for him. There he is. I hit him. Put a shot into him. It's a 4F2. And I'll see you later. Not yet. That was a hit. Said got him. There we go. He's on fire. Now he's dead. So we win. Essentially. They have 1 player left. He's in a plane. We're going to cap both points. And life will be good. Nothing else will happen. And as always, in any game, when you're about to win and you've crushed the enemy team, always celebrate. Run into their cap. Everyone fire their guns. Have a great celebration. It's what you should do at the end of the battle. We win. T-50 fires. I fire. SU-122 fires. Great success. Great victories. And like I said before, I finished 2nd. I felt like I had a good game. That guy had a better game. So, hats off to him. That was great playing. Okay, so this opinion should be pretty obvious. I really, really enjoy this tank. I think it's one of the best. I think tier for tier, this is one of the better premiums available. I've had this is what I grinded to get through. Basically, to get to the IS-1, I played the KV-85, I played the KV-2 a little bit. The KV-2 is fun, but I don't really like it as a tank. The 43-second reload is kind of kills. But the T-34E is what I played to grind through a lot of tier 3 and tier 2. And I have absolutely no regrets from buying it. It's a really, really fantastic tank. And if you look at other premiums available, the T-34, this T-34, it's the same as the 1941. It's just got a cool backstory, basically. And it's premium, so you get a little better reward. KV-1E, it suffers from a bad gun. It has a lesser version of the T-34 gun, but it has great armor. It's an E variant, just like the T-34E. And then you have the prototype. I mean, yeah, it's fine. L11 gun kind of sucks at this tier, but, you know, it's whatever. But I think the T-34 is the tank that is not held back by the gun and still has great armor. So, and when you look at the tanks that it faces, I have them all lined up here. 3N, no problem. The gun on this tank is not something to be feared. The 3L, very potent gun, can be dealt with by the T-34E. Stug 3F, very potent gun, can give the T-34E problems, but if played correctly, this tank is not a problem because the armor just isn't good enough to fight a T-34 on equal footing. If this tank gets the first shot, you're not likely to win, but that's the same in most tank engagements. The 4F2, very strong gun, but can be dealt with if you get if you can put effective fire into him and get and realistically, if you can bounce his first shot, you're probably going to win because you're going to get another shot off easy, and it's very doable to bounce these shells. So those are the kind of the four main tanks you're going to see. You'll also see, this bad boy, the 3M. Same gun as the 3L, very dangerous, extra armor, kind of, side skirts. But you saw in that clip, dealt with it, not a problem. Could have had him, teammate helped. So what you should take from this is I think the T-34E is definitely worth it if you want to grind this tier. If you're convinced that you don't want to buy a premium until like rank 4, the SU-122P, which is another really good tank, and there's a review on this channel in the playlist, so if you want to check it out, feel free. If you want to grind these mid-tier tanks, the T-34E is a great option to do it with. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I've been CornySwiss. I will see you next time.